Hello and welcome to Jeff Stamps, all the way from Australia. Got an interesting first day cover here from the 26th of November 1980, and this article, meaning the first day cover, was carried on the last old Ghan train from Marree to Alice Springs, November 1980, and the new line was opened shortly after 1980. Going to Alice Springs, that is. And then from Alice Springs right up to Darwin, that section of line was opened on the 1st of February 2004. So this is the, as I said before, and it's right there in front of you, the article was carried on the last old Ghan train, Marree to Alice Springs, from November, or rather on November 1980. 26th of November, in fact, 1980. So the old telegraph, so it was stamped, the last old Ghan, Marree, South Australia, 24th of November, 1980, and then the old telegraph station, Alice Springs, which was further up the line on the stamped 26th of November 1980, as you can see there as well. So although there were plans from the beginning to extend the line to Darwin, by the time the extension to Alice Springs had been completed, the Ghan was losing money, and plans for further extensions to Darwin were suspended indefinitely. The original Ghan line followed the same track as the overland telegraph, and that's believed to be the route taken by John McDougall Sturt during his 1862 crossing of Australia. So here is that's the old Ghan line. I've lost my tongs, my tweezers, so I'm going to have to use this biro here. So that's the old Ghan line in yellow, Ghan railway line. And that first day cover I showed you was from Marree to Alice Springs. So that little dot there, that's roughly where Marree is, and all the way there to Alice Springs. That's as much as the line went. As furthest it went at that point up to Alice Springs, and then from Alice Springs up to Darwin. Sorry, I'm missing the top of my map there. Up to Darwin, that section of line was actually completed, ready for the inaugural trip in 2004. So the old Ghan line, that was the article carried on the last Ghan line, which ran from Adelaide, Port Augusta, all the way through up here, through the Cooper Pedy, up to Alice Springs. So why did they get rid of that old line there, and why did they redirect the new line around here to Alice Springs? And the new line was actually constructed around here and also finished at Alice Springs, obviously, until they opened the new section of line. So what happened was the Ghan was losing money, and the plans for further extensions to Darwin were suspended indefinitely. As we said before, the original Ghan line followed the same track as the overland telegraph, which is believed to be the route taken by John McDougall Sturt during his 1862 crossing of Australia. The Ghan service was notorious for delays caused by washouts of the track. A flat car immediately behind the locomotive carried spare sleepers and railway tools so passengers and crew could repair the line. If you were a passenger, you'd have to be prepared to get out if you were able and help repair the line. So the very uncertain service via the original route in the yellow that you can see there, was tolerated because steam locomotives needed large quantities of water, and this old route to Alice Springs was the only one that had sufficient water available. So initially it operated fortnightly. In the 1930s it was increased to weekly, but from 1956 until 1975 it operated twice weekly before going back to a weekly service. So during World War II, the service had to be greatly expanded, putting great pressure on the limited water supplies, and as a result, demineralisation towers, some of which are still there to this day, were built along the tracks so that bore water could be used. And when a new line to Alice Springs was built in the 1970s, the use of diesel locomotives meant that there was far less need for water. And so that allowed the line to take a much drier route from Tarcoola to Alice Springs. So there's the new line there. There's Tarcoola right there. So the new line going up through to Alice Springs. So the last narrow gauge service departed Alice Springs on the 26th of November 1980. And you can see there's our post stamp there, the 24th of November 1980. But in October 1980, a new standard gauge line from Tarcoola, as we said, on the Trans-Australian Railway to Alice Springs opened, and the train took its form that it has today. So here's the opening of the Tarcoola Alice Springs Railway line. So there's again Tarcoola going up to Alice Springs. So there's the opening. So we've got the this article carried on the last Ghan train, Marree to Alice Springs on the old line, and this one here, the opening of the Tarcoola Alice Springs on the new line going up to Alice Springs. And then of course this later section opened a bit later. So the new line is approximately 160 kilometres west of the former line, so about 160 kilometres west of the former line. That's the new line there. And they put it over here to avoid the floodplains, as mentioned before. The old steam locomotives needed the water, but there were too many washouts, and so they got rid of that. It was too unreliable, as we said before. So yeah, the original line was often washed away during the heavy rain. So it was hoped that the construction of the new line would improve the train's timekeeping, which obviously it has. And that section, as we said before, from Alice Springs to Darwin, opened on the 1st of February 2004, when the Ghan embarked on its inaugural transcontinental journey. So there we are. I hope you found that interesting. Just a couple of first day covers. I will be getting into some stamps. I don't just do first day covers, but I will be talking about some stamps that I've received just recently. Got some off eBay, and some other people have sent me some, so I really appreciate that. Also from John Collects Stamps. Thank you very much for the plug that you've given me. It's actually increased some of my subscribers as well. I'm only new. I'm relatively new to stamp collecting, only a year or so, but I do have some interesting items to show you, and we'll be putting those up in some future videos as well. Some of the people I enjoy looking at is John Collects Stamps. I recommend to go to his channel as well. There's Our Dad's Stamps, really good. TED Talk Stamps is excellent as well. There's so many people. Snail Mail with Smokey rather. Bob Collects Stamps. And there's so many more who do a great job, and I'll mention them on future videos as well. But thank you so much. Hope you found that really interesting. The opening of the Tarcoola Alice Springs Railway line. This was the last, or rather one of the articles. This article carried on the last old Ghan train, Marree to Alice Springs, November 1980. On the old line once again, Marree to Alice Springs. That was carried on that line. And then from Tarcoola. Oh, there we are. Where's Tarcoola? There we are. Tarcoola to Alice Springs. That's that first day cover there. So I hope you enjoyed all that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and click the like button and the bell icon and all that sort of stuff. You know what to do. And I'll see you very, very soon with another video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.